Hey guys, it's January 3rd, 2012, and I thought that to kick off the new year, I would once again, like I did for the past 2 years, I believe it was, uh, just from the Wikipedia page, 2012 in video gaming, tell you guys my most anticipated video games and other things in gaming for the next 12 months. But before we get to that, I'd like to just mention in my end of the year countdown video thing. First off, I apologize for how terrible it was, but I really did it last minute, um, and because of that I couldn't record footage and do all the stuff I would have liked to do, and just excuses, excuses, excuses. But anyway, also from that, I forgot to mention a game. I forgot to mention The Legend of Zelda Four Swords Anniversary Edition, which also came out in 2011 as part of the Zelda 25th anniversary stuff. Um, so I forgot to mention that, and I would put it on the list probably um, below Missplosion Man. So between whatever was behind Missplosion Man and I think it was Rascals. So between Rascals and Missplosion Man, I'd put Zelda Four Swords Anniversary Edition. Um, but now onto the video itself, the what I'm anticipating in 2012 in video gaming. So just going to the Wikipedia page now. Starting in January, there's nothing. I'm a little interested in Final Fantasy 13 too, but I don't think I'm gonna pick it up. I haven't really been a Final Fantasy person. I've played the ones on the SNES, so four and six I've played, but I didn't hear good things about the first 13. About Final Fantasy 13, I heard it was pretty terrible, so I'm not really that interested in Final Fantasy 13 too. In February, February 7th, Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning comes out, and from what I've seen of it, it looks to be a really good action RPG. It seems to be one of the first big open world RPGs that puts a strong emphasis on action and combat, where the combat feels like an action game, but the exploration and all that feels like an RPG. At least that's what I'm getting from the trailers and stuff that I've been reading and watching. So really excited for that. And what else? February. Dun Rhythm Heaven Fever on the 13th. I might check out. I didn't get the one on the DS, but I did play it a little, like some demos and stuff. Um, I have no internal rhythm. I'm terrible at rhythm games, but I do like WarioWare, and I love those games, and it's made by the same studio, so I might check it out. February 14th, Tales of the Abyss on the 3DS comes out. I think it's a remake of a PS2 game that I've never played, but I did rent Tales of Symphonia once, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't beat it because it was a rental, and uh, I was younger and worse at video games than I am now, so I never beat it, but I did enjoy it. It was fun. I can't remember much. I remembered it was active battle RPG, and at the time when I first got it, I thought it was really cool because the only other RPGs I played around then were like Pokemon, and so I thought just having an RPG where you participate in active battle system is pretty cool. So I might pick that up, and if I have money. And it'd be a game to play on the 3DS, which 3DS is lacking in games, so it'd be fun to stretch those out. And the Tales series does look like a fun series to get into. Um, on the 21st of February is Asura's Wrath, which is a beat 'em up new IP game. It's a new IP from Capcom. That's a beat 'em up. It looks incredibly over the top. You could probably see my I went to a panel at Comic-Con New York this year, which you could find a video of on my channel. And from what I saw there, from what I played of it, it was really hard. I couldn't beat the demo they had that I played of it. But apparently that's like mid-game, or at least maybe chapter 2 or something. So not mid-game. I have no idea when it is, but it was anyway. I couldn't beat it, but it just looks so over the top and fun, and I love beat 'em ups. I just this year got my first Samurai Warriors game, and I really enjoyed that. I'm thinking this kind of follows in the same vein, where it's one demigod versus 100 not demigods at a time. Um, and the graphical style, I think it looks beautiful. You have the like a space thing going on. It's very sci-fi, but at the same time, you're dealing with like ancient like Buddhist or something, some sort of East Asian religious type iconography. So I don't know, it just looks really over the top and wild and crazy and fun. And February 28th is SSX, the snowboarding game. It's the first one in a while. It'll be the second I've played. I think I've played Tricky, or I don't know, I've played one of them before. But it's like the only sports game I like, the only extreme sports game next to the really old Tony Hawk games, like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. So hopefully it's good. I do like the snowboarding games, and then I don't know. That's another one that if I have money, I'll pick it up. It's just something I think would be cool. And of course depends how the reviews are, and I don't want to blah. Do March. Anything come out in March? Mass Effect 3. I know it's gonna be a big game, but I just never really got into the Mass Effect series. Mario Party 9. Now Mario Party 9 is I don't know, because I love me some Mario Party, but I haven't actually owned any of them. I've only played them with friends, and my friends owned copies, so I'd go over and play their copies of Mario Party. And I love me some Mario Party, but I'm not sure if if I'm gonna buy this one or if I'm gonna wait for someone else to buy it. But I would like to play it sometime. I would like to play it eventually, and I think it'd be fun. Like I've seen the gonna give a little shout out recommendation thing to someone who doesn't need it. But PokeCap'n, Metabot, My Name is Kaz, they did a Let's Play type thing of Mario Party games, and it just looked like so fun. Like I'd want to do that type of thing. As a blatant ripoff, yeah, but I want to have Metabot with me, and so yeah, like I'd buy it. I'd love to play it with friends, and maybe do that. Also in March, March 20th is Ninja Gaiden 3. Again, kind of like Asura's Wrath. I just kind of want to pick up a lot of action games. I do like action games, and I don't feel like I've been playing enough of them. So, Ninja Gaiden 3 looks like another game that'd be really too hard for me, that I'd like to play anyway, because it looks really extreme and over the top and like bloody and all that, and just really actiony and fast-paced and all that. March 23rd is Kid Icarus Uprising. That's a definite buy for the 3DS for me. Been looking forward to it since it was announced at E3 2010, I think. It was announced. It was announced with 3DS. And it was supposed to come out like as a launch title for the 3DS, and it's been pushed back. So I can't wait for that to finally come out. Hopefully it won't get postponed again. It looks like another action game. But also you have the flight things, and that kind of turns into like a shmup or something. I don't know. It looks really fun though. It's a bit hard to describe, but it looks really fun. Can't wait to have Pit back. And hopefully Kid Icarus will be like one of the new franchises Nintendo sticks with. Like Zelda or Mario and stuff. So hopefully every 2 years we'll get a new Kid Icarus game after this. Going into April, June. Xenoblade Chronicles, yes. Project Rainfall, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, Project Rainfall was successful in bringing Xenoblade Chronicles over to the US, and it comes out April 2nd, and apparently it's like one of the best games ever released in the entire world ever. Like it's like Famitsu gave it like a 39 out of 40, and their readers voted it like the best Wii game of all time, or the second best Wii game of all time, or something. And like if I could only pick up like one RPG, it'd probably have to be Xenoblade, because everyone in Japan seems to love it, and Project Rainfall works so hard. I actually haven't really paid attention to it myself, but it kind of looks like they have a semi-active battle type system. I don't know, like it's not turn-based, but you I'm not really quite sure how it works, but it looks like it could be fun, and I've heard it's apparently like the best thing ever, so I'll be picking that up. And then at the end of April, April 24th, is Prototype 2, which is a game I've been waiting for since I beat the original, which was one of the first games I played on the Xbox 360 when I bought my own Xbox 360. The original Prototype was one of the first games I played, and still, I think, is one of my favorite games on the console, just because of how powerful Alex Mercer made you feel. Um, he's probably like the most powerful thing in video games, Alex Mercer, and in this one, it just looks to take all those powers that you had in the first game, like boost them, and then add a couple new ones in there, and it just looks like even more so than the Asura's Wrath, just extreme, like extremely powerful, do anything you want type game where you just wreck everything forever and do whatever you want, and um, that kind of game. And I love the first one. Like I said, one of my favorite games on the 360. So I'll be picking up the Prototype 2, the sequel, definitely. I also have some Swedish fish with me, just because I love Swedish fish. Nothing in Q3, yeah, but, Swedish fish. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm overdoing it a little, but I really love Swedish fish, guys. Mm. 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 Okay. I want another, but no. Okay, so going on to the unreleased, unscheduled releases they have on the Wikipedia page. It's alphabetical, so Assassin's Creed 3. Assassin's Creed is supposed to be an annual franchise now, and Revelations was the end of the Ezio arc. So people are thinking next Assassin's Creed game is going to be Assassin's Creed 3. Finally get a full game with Desmond, and we finally get the conclusion of the main story. Looking forward to that because I love me some Assassin's Creed. Going on to the Bs, we have Bioshock Infinite. Bioshock, I know I don't really like first-person shooters, and I'm sure you guys know that if you've been following me a bit. But the Bioshock series has always been one, I guess, the one I'm most interested in playing, because they seem to have put a real focus on single player and like delivering a great narrative story, and with some really deep commentary on stuff and whatever. So Bioshock Infinite is, if I were to buy one first-person shooter, it would probably be that. And it looks really good too, just from trailers and screenshots. It looks just like a beautiful game. Columbia, I think it's called Columbia, looks like just like a great setting for a game, and it's above the clouds, just everything flying, kind of like Skyloft and stuff. So, I mean, I just like the feeling of being like flying too. I like that whole not being on the ground thing. So just that, I mean, I would probably buy Bioshock Infinite, and it'd probably be the only first-person shooter I'll buy in my life, but I hope it's really good, because I want it to be good. Nothing in the C's, but in the D's, we have Darksiders 2. The original Darksiders being the first game I ever Let's Played, and one of them, and I really enjoyed it too. It's a dark, I guess the best way to describe it is like a mature, dark Legend of Zelda, and loves me some Zelda. And the original Darksiders also brought some beat 'em up to it. It was like God of War meets Zelda or something. So I definitely want to pick up the sequel, and it should be a launch title for the Wii U, which hopefully will come out in 2012, and I'm looking forward to the Wii U too, and all those titles that should be coming out with it, including Darksiders 2. Also in the Ds, we have DMC Devil May Cry. Again, like Asura's Wrath, like Ninja Gaiden, whatever, Gaiden. Devil May Cry is a series that kind of looks really cool. Like, just looks like a really cool, stylish beat-em-up type. Dismember everyone, kill all the demons, blah, blah, blah. So, hopefully if that... And, yeah. Really want to get into that genre a lot. and stuff. Okay, Fable, no. Far Cry, no. FIFA, no. Grand Theft Auto 5, maybe. Um, it would be my first Grand Theft Auto game that I've really played, I guess, and I've tried some of the others. But I don't know. I might get Grand Theft Auto 5, because I hear every time a Grand Theft Auto game comes out how great it is and how revolutionary and how everything about it is almost like perfect, and so I might pick that up. I'm not really sure though. Um, Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. Yes. I like the Kingdom Hearts series. The last couple of games I've played haven't really been that good. Being Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2, which was the last game, and that wasn't all that great. But this one looks pretty good. It's supposed to use the second nub thing for the 3DS, so you actually have the full controller that you would have with like a PS2 for the original. And I hope it's of the quality. I hope it is as good as the original Kingdom Hearts 3D, as the original Kingdom Hearts, and hopefully better. Because I do like the Kingdom Hearts series, but it really hasn't been that good lately. It's kind of been on the kind of getting too convoluted, and the gameplay has suffered for it too. So hopefully this one follows what what was the last game on the PSP that I didn't play? Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep, yes. So hopefully it's following the tradition of getting better. It's not really a tradition. You know what I mean. Hopefully it follows that and gets better. And it's worth playing and all that. What else? Luigi's Mansion 2 for the 3DS. Honestly, never owned the original Luigi's Mansion. Only played it at a friend's house. Never beat it. And I didn't really like it when I did play it. But it's a Nintendo first-party game, so yeah, I'll probably pick it up because it is Nintendo. What else? What else? Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Again, like DMC and Ninja Gaiden. I'm saying Gaiden because I'm thinking it's pronounced like Neil Gaiman. Gaiman? Ah! But yeah, okay. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. Like that. Just looks like a fun slash everything up into billions of bits type game. And of course, the Metal Gear series is known for quality, so hopefully it's up to that standard of quality as the Metal Gear Solid games and stuff. Okay, moving on to Paper Mario 3DS. Loves me some Paper Mario. It's one of the only RPGs that like one of the only turn-based RPGs that can really keep my attention and that I really enjoy playing again and again. So hopefully this one is more in the vein of Thousand Year Door than Super Paper Mario, because I honestly prefer Thousand Year Door. I don't know anyone who doesn't prefer Thousand Year Door to any of the other Paper Marios. So it looks like it's going to be more turn-based, and hopefully it brings all the humor and all that from the Paper Mario series to the 3DS, and looking forward to that. Looking, blah, blah, blah. Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. I don't have a PS3, but I hear it's a really great platforming series, so I hope it is good, and I want to watch that game, like a Let's Play of it or something. But right below that on the list is Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2. We just got some news from Sega about that. They just kind of announced that it exists, even though we all knew, and we're just waiting for it to come, for them to actually announce it. But Metal Sonic's going to be in it, and Tails is going to be in it, and they're reworking all the physics and reworking all the character design and all that. So, I did like the first episode, but hopefully this one's better. Hopefully this one is more, I guess, like the 2D sections of Generations. And hopefully it's not just... I mean, I know it's still going to be episodic, but I hope it is bigger and better and just a really great Sonic game, because Sonic has been on the upswing lately, and I'm glad, because I'm a true blue Sonic fan. Next is South Park the game, and I think all I have to say about that is just I love South Park, but all I really have to say about justifying why I want South Park the game, it's an RPG developed by I think Obsidian or Bethesda, one of the two. Trey Parker, Matt Stone are writing it. And the 5 classes they have in the game are fighter, not fighter, yeah, like fighter, mage, thief, something else, and Jew. So that's why I'm going to be picking it up, because one of the classes you could be is Jew, and I think that is hilarious. What else? Tomb Raider. Never got into the Tomb Raider series, but from what I've seen of the previous games, like the good ones like Tomb Raider 1, Tomb Raider 2, it looks like the type of series I might enjoy, kind of like Prince of Persia, very platformy, climby, kind of Assassin's Creed, but more linear. And that's the end of the list right there. That's pretty much it for what games I'm interested in 2012. I'm sure there'll be plenty more that aren't here that I just forgot about. Trying to think of any off the top of my head. I can't. But the Wii U, definitely, if that comes out in 2012, I'm going to be picking that up. Like launch day, hopefully. That's about it. Oh, important announcement, not relating to this at all. But this Sunday, I will be on a thing, and I'll just make another video on Sunday with a link and stuff to all that. But it's pretty exciting, methinks. I'm really proud of myself for it. And so that's about that. Those are all the games I'm looking forward to in 2012. And hopefully you'll you'll enjoy them with me. Hopefully you pick up some of them and they're good and all of that. So I'm just gonna have more Swedish Fish and end the video right here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next year. Hopefully you are too, and hopefully it'll be a good one. Goodbye.